Did I do it? I did. That was surprisingly a pretty big pain in the ass. Hello, everyone. Hi, Puseka. Woken Gatey, you all. Showjat. Hi. Hi, everyone. Hello, Jeff. Hi, Heatwave. Hi, Rango Tango 7. Because I'm back in LA right now, my Twitch, or I guess technically Restream, went really hard on being like, are you sure you're the same person? Got very upset. I have not voted, no. And I haven't actually looked at anything other than I had seen people talk about these, so I knew what the Game of the Year nominees were, but otherwise I haven't seen any of them yet, so that's what we're going to chat about today. Going to go over all of the nominees. I'll vote in every category live here for you all to see. And then I'm going to play a game called Dungeon Inn. Little cozy vibes. I am very jet lagged. Extremely fucking jet lagged. And I have my PS Banjo mug. Good evening, C2 the squared. The winner will be decided based on my dress. The dress is cool. Again, I've received criticism previously for saying my dresses were cool when other people did not find them cool. It's not about you, okay? This one I think is cool. I thought the last one was fucking cool. I've been getting the last 3 years, I'm pretty sure I've been cool as shit. So, okay, suck it. Any thoughts on the Tyson Paul fight? As discussed on my last stream, I did not end up watching it. Opted not to. But from the hubbub, it seems like it was a waste of everybody's time. And I'm usually not one to call conspiracy, but it checks out that they both got paid a bunch of money to not knock each other out. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if it was a little shifty. That's all I'm saying. I did see somebody say, I said this to Rahul today, that it was like basically they both just got paid millions of dollars to advertise women's boxing because everybody's takeaway was that the female fight was awesome. It's like they both just got paid millions of dollars to get a lot of fucking people to watch women's boxing. Oh yes, by the way, the merch still exists. There's my mug. Merch still exists. Haven't taken it down yet, solely because I need to put in an order, and I've been so jet lagged that I've done like nothing today. I had like a couple of meetings and I'm just out of it. So the minute I put in my own order, it'll be down. So merch will be gone any minute now. Like I'll ask them to take it down realistically probably tomorrow. I didn't even get to do my own photo shoot thing in the political merch. Why Thor? Why would Thor be... Oh, no. Hang on. Thor, we know. Thor, I put. Thor is me. At this point, you think Keeley probably regrets not saying even more upfront in the nominees announcement video that the organization doesn't select the nominees. I don't think it matters. I would think that most people find out who is nominated for things like the Game Awards by posts on social media than they do from an announcement video. For example, I didn't know there was an announcement video. If you've been following me for a while, I've made this video 10 times. Realistically, I could make it every year and get 100,000 views every single year because every single year the same controversy exists, but I won't repeat myself. What I said last year stands. It's just a bunch of people giving an opinion. The jury is huge. They don't discuss anything. There's no guarantee that they've even finished the games. I've been on the Game Awards jury 3 times? 4 times? Haven't been for a long time, obviously, since working with Sony. Have not been on the Game Awards jury, which my anniversary at Sony Santa Monica was yesterday. 5 years now. Crazy. But it's a big international jury, hundreds and hundreds of people. So for all of the other awards shows that I've been on the jury of, they have discussions. You actually talk about it. I think the BAFTAs is the most hardcore one, where you have to like proper argue with people about why you've picked what you've picked. The Game Awards, you just send off a little sheet. It's because of the size of the jury and how international the jury is, it is always just going to be most popular opinion. And so, like, I know there are some controversies here, namely Shadow of the Erd Tree being nominated for Game of the Year. I gave my opinion on this on Blue Sky. I have one of those now. I'm going to use that for video games. I'm using the 3 microblogging apps for different reasons. It's very confusing. If that's what people thought deserved Game of the Year, then that's why it got nominated, and fair enough. If you disagree, that's cool. Don't vote for it. But, like, that just means a bunch of people thought that, and that's okay. That's my take. Thank you, Weavy. Not a game journalist? No, apparently, hopefully one of you's seen this. I was on Kill Count. Kill Count, they did a VHS run-through of people being murdered, and I think they also called me a journalist. It's been many years that people have been incorrectly calling me that. Sometimes people use it as an insult. Sometimes people will be like, you're not even a fucking journalist. And I'd be like, correct. I'm not. Thank you. We agree. Not a journalist. What's a golden kappa train? What does that mean? Who is Golden Kappa? I feel so old. I feel like such a boomer. Now what here's this Golden Kappa that the kids are talking about? What's a Golden Kappa train? I really don't know what that is though. What is it? What does it mean? Did we do it? We have a limited time to earn exclusive Golden Kappa amount for 24 hours. Is that a thing we want? What are these here Nintendos? Thank you, Peter. Thank you, CS King Mobile. I still don't know what it means. 6.7k bits or 14 subs remaining to complete level 1. Golden Kappa. Contribute to earn this exclusive emote for 24 hours. Oh, the conductors are Mochoc. Did I miss you in Mo Chocolate? Where did I miss you giving subs, or was that like not this stream? You're in there. It says you're in there. It says you're a conductor of this particular train. I don't know what any of this fucking means, dude. I don't know what's going on. Who is Kappa and why is he golden and what does it mean? You graduate from Twitch once you obtain the golden Kappa. Does that mean I never stream again? Like once we hit this, I'm just out? Is that the rules? Thank you, XBB1024 and Unky D. All right, apparently we're on a train, everybody. We have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to... 6.5k bits sounds like a lot. Or 13 subs. It's just that guy, but it's golden. All right. Whatever you say. Checks out. Greg Miller said I should be Content Creator of the Year at the Game Awards? Did he? I feel like I've done so... Oh, remove the politics tag. Thank you, Peter. I feel like I've done so little this year. I was nominated for Content Creator of the Year in 2020. And I did not win. Valkyrie won, and I was very happy about it. Because anytime that I win anything, people get really mad at me. And I don't... we don't need that. I don't need that heat in my life. Thank you, Jib9090. There's a politics tag because I was doing a bunch of political streams. We will still be doing those for the record. Content Creator of the Year in your hearts. Thank you. I don't feel like I've done that. Well, I think my YouTube content is very good this year. But I've like really pieced out the last several months. You know what I mean? I did get YouTuber of the Year once and Game Dev of the Year once. We recently got a Rotten Tomatoes award for VHS Beyond, which is cool. I would not nominate me for Content Creator of the Year, though. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway. Thank you, Peter. That's so sweet of you. If we had a fans awards, everybody, not to single anybody out, but I've said this to people that I think CS Kingobar here in the chat is my #1 fan. I think I said that to my mum. I feel that way. That if I had a #1 fan award, I would give it to CS Kingobar, who is so supportive and so kind and has been for a really long time, even through all of my bullshit. He's wonderful. You have my award. Everyone else is, I mean, you're all in there. Everyone's very nice, but you'd be #1. Did I get my Razzie yet? I hope so. Dream come true. I will say this just once in my chat. After a long conversation with my Erdtree superfan friends, I can say that not a single argument can remove the fact that Shadow of the Erdtree can't be considered a singular title on its own without the basis of Elden Ring. Erdtree is not a singular game or sequel. It's still a DLC and it should not be in the wrong for GOTY. I don't disagree with anything that you've said there, Archiexis. And thank you, Beef Pants. Here's what I would say, okay? First, if it were my awards show, of which I do have one, and we are hoping to reboot soon. It's just both Steve and I have been going through a lot. I don't know if you guys saw Steve Spawn just left Able Gamers, which is a pretty big deal. I do have an award show. I would not allow a DLC to be nominated for Game of the Year, personally. My award show, I would not allow DLC to be nominated for Game of the Year. However, it being nominated for Game of the Year just means that enough people, again, the jury for the Game Awards is a list of hundreds of people long. It is a very long list. That just means hundreds of those people thought that it was Game of the Year. That's it. That's all it is. And so to which I would say, okay, if you say so. Like, no part of me has, I don't know. I just don't have it in me to go, it just shouldn't be fucking nominated, dude. How, that's I just, you know? Feels like access journalism, weird behavior. You think Elden Ring being nominated feels like access journalism? How? Which, by the way, I will have a YouTube video that I just haven't sat down to script yet. Life really caught me off guard about access journalism and how it's actually way worse than you think it is. There's a lot. I'll have a whole video about it, but separate time. It's going to take me a long time to put together. Yeah, how would Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree being access journalism? How? Please continue on that path that I don't understand. Or did you just say that and then peace out? I don't get it. I'm fine with people saying either take. I've seen people say it shouldn't be Game of the Year because it's DLC. I think that's the one I agree with. But I've also seen people say it is bigger than a lot of standalone games. It is fucking incredible. It may as well be a sequel. They just sold it as DLC, which is kind of nice of them. To which I'm also fine with. Okay. If you say so. Thank you, Snake55KX. I love the DLC Game of the Year, no. Sure! Like, okay. Whatever you want, dude. If you say so. I just don't have it in me to care enough. Really. Yeah, I mean, people should be upset with the jury is correct, not demand Jeff interfere with the votes by blocking it. It's too late now. I do wonder if they'll change it, though. I do think Jeff listens, to his credit. I do think Jeff will listen to this feedback, and there's a good chance that he'll change this. It's also not the first time it's happened. I think Blood and Wine was nominated. Is that true? I think it might have been. And Cyberpunk won Best Ongoing Game last year, which I think is totally fair. I think Jeff even said on the year that Among Us popped off 2020 that it was, even though it didn't come out in 2020, it still classified as their game of the, like, you could nominate it for Game of the Year. What's your thoughts on games like Helldiver 2 and Space Marine 2? Do you think they should have been in Game of the Year discussions, and if not, why? Helldivers 2, yes. Space Marine 2, no. I love Space Marine 2. I think that game is very, very, very good. But I will never not be weirded out by the passes that some studios get and others don't. My next YouTube video is about Warhammer. It has a big segment about Space Marine 2. I really enjoyed that game. Anyone who watched me play it here on Twitch, though, will know that I missed majority of the cutscenes because they were all black, which I would consider to be a very significant bug. That's, to me, that is not Game of the Year quality. The cutscenes were all black. I couldn't see any of them. That is a pretty big technical issue. So I would say not Game of the Year. When you can't see any cutscenes because they're all fucking black. Bit of a problem for your video game. Bit of a problem. Helldivers 2 is a tougher one because it's like had so many kind of ups and downs. There have been moments of incredible reception. I mean, I would have said early in the year, yes. But I can also understand why it didn't end up that way. There's also a huge thing with recency bias where any nominees for Game of the Year are concerned, where you're going to often promote the things that are being spoken about recently. That is a massive thing. Would it matter if standalone DLC? Not that there are any of those these days. There is standalone DLC, and no, I would say, again, I don't give a shit about what the Game Awards does. This is just a bunch of people nominating something. If that's what they wanted to nominate, go ahead. I'm not outraged about it. I don't fucking care. Go for it, bro. You want to nominate Elden Ring? Okay, it's very good. I would probably, again, my own award show, say DLC would be a separate category. My only disagreement for Cyberpunk 2077 winning ongoing is that there isn't much ongoing, taking a 2-year gap between updates and releasing one and never do it again, if that makes sense. The issue with that is that the ongoing is the work they put in for the 2 years, which I think is fully deserving of an award. Would I have preferred Cyberpunk be delayed initially? Yes. I still have YouTube videos where I repeatedly said I think it should be delayed and people were really mad at me about it. But it wasn't, and so at least they fucking fixed it. And that is 2 years of ongoing work. So the ongoing category doesn't have to mean ongoing in terms of their updates every 2 seconds, but it's like, it's probably that people wanted to award it for Phantom Liberty and how good that is, but they didn't know what category to put it in, is my guess. It's, Love Elden Ring, SOT, but it's a DLC, not a standalone game. Anywho, regardless of who wins, the one thing I hope is that they give the devs the recognition deserved and adequate time to express their appreciation. Jeff knows that too. He knows. He knows what they did last year with playing people off early was a mistake. I very publicly made fun of it at the Game Developers Choice Awards. There's no way Jeff didn't see that. Sorry, Jeff. I don't blame him for that. I would blame production for that, but I'm sure they won't do that again. But they still do have stricter schedules on those things than you would think. Like, they have to have an ad break at a certain amount of time. Programming is difficult, so it's like, I would prefer, again, this is not the world that we live in, but a Game Awards more like DICE or more like the Game Developers Choice Awards. Game Developers Choice Awards is actually my favorite, but DICE is more like the Oscars, where it's largely developer voted. There are no ads. You don't get the trailers. They're just award shows. What the Game Awards does is different, and it's okay that it's different. It does a different thing. It's really just an industry celebration with a bunch of trailers, right? It's really a hype reel for a bunch of shit that's about to come out. It's a marketing scheme that also just happens to also celebrate some games that have come out in the past year. Like, the thing that you're looking for the Game Awards does already exist in the Game Developers Choice Awards and in the DICE Awards. And if you want those things, just go to those things. Jeff certainly bought the name The Game Awards. Obviously, that's why it's called that. But it's not the definitive Game Awards. There are several of them. There's so many of the things that people keep asking for are in other shows that you can watch. You just go watch them. Just don't watch the one you don't like. You know what I mean? Just don't do it. But also in agreement that Elden Ring running twice would be very boring. Definitely in agreement with that. Hades 2 never came out, but could be considered for next year's. Is it released by then? I don't know that they have many rules on what can't be considered. Can you read my last long comment? There's been a lot of chat since then. Unless I can scroll and find it easily, which I can't, then no, sorry. Thank you, Boston. Appreciate you. Hope the award winners get time to speak. Agreed. The celebrities do drive me fucking nuts. And here's what I'll say about the celebrity stuff that has bothered me. Like, I mean, I have a whole YouTube video about this from last year, right? About what I didn't like about last year's Game Awards. Yeah. Get out of here. It is called The Problem with This Year's Game Awards by Alanah Pierce. And
Game of the Year meaningless. And that video was very specifically...
I'm not going to make you watch an 11-minute video that I made. But it's basically about how it did really bother me that devs weren't able to speak more, and that the celebrity thing around the Game Awards also bothers me because it feels so many, like, there's nuance, okay? The things that, people, it's harder to speak about nuance on the internet, I know that, but there is nuance. I get that Jeff needs celebrities in order to get money to get sponsorship for the show. As somebody who has made an award show, it cost us $70,000, I think. The second time or the third time when I did it sponsored. We had like a full studio, a whole crew. No one made any money off of this. And it was a Pizza Hut sponsorship. It might not have been that much, but it was a lot of money. And in order to fulfill the sponsorship needs, I did have to get people with big profiles to be readers of the nominee ballots. So like we had Ryan Reynolds. Otherwise, I had to try and get people that I knew who had large followings, and I had to try and get them to tweet it. Most of them didn't, which means we'll probably never have that show be sponsored again, which means I have to go back to fully self-funding it. I can't afford to do that this year, unfortunately. I literally can't afford it. Otherwise, I would be doing it this year, but I don't have the money to do that. The first time I self-funded it, this time I can't. And so you do kind of have to like work with sponsors on things like that. But the celebrity stuff bothers me because it feels like the games industry thinks Hollywood is so fucking cool. They're pandering to Hollywood all the time. The games industry is cool, man. We have so many cool people in the games industry. I would way prefer people from the games industry came up and gave an award than fucking Al Pacino. You know what I mean? Like, I get that it's a give and a take, and it's not that simple, and that people tune in because their favorite celebrity's on there. I'm pretty sure that is a thing. But I'd prefer to see people who make games, or content creators who have done good things surrounding video games, than some fucking actor who doesn't know how to pronounce Tekken. You know? Yeah. And I say that considering last year Rahul was on stage. He technically was one of the celebrity guest presenters. I still stand by it. I said what I said. How much is Jeff trying to build sponsorship over fueling his own ego and needing to be gaming Jesus? Jeff Keighley, I don't think is who a lot of people want to think he is. I know Jeff. Spoken to Jeff many times. Jeff is a person who really does care about video games. He comes from a bunch of money, and he could have done anything else that probably would have been more profitable, and instead decided to put on these two shows. I do not think that Jeff works in this industry for money. Is he making money from it? Certainly. But I really think he actually fucking cares. So I would think majority of it, if the question is how much of it is Jeff trying to build sponsorship over fueling his own ego, majority of it is him trying to build numbers. It is him trying to continuously grow the show. He wants it to be as big as possible. Why do you think you know him? He could be pretending in front of you too. I've met Jeff too many times for that. Yeah, everyone I've ever met could, in theory, be pretending in front of me. Sure, that's how I like to live my life. But no. Thank you, Fleet Admiral 2 of 2. I'll also say this because it was brought to the table along with the DLC talk. Remakes are not the same as expansion DLCs. Remakes are meant to reimagine a title that was previously launched. Yeah, I'm completely fine with remakes being Game of the Year. Just not with remasters. Completely fine with remakes. E3 became the E3 we know because of him in the most part. I mean, yeah, he's the reason we have the fucking Game Awards. Who would have fallen by without him, you know? It's a tough job. I don't think many people could do it right. Again, when I created an award show, the first year fully self-funded, we got a lot more views. The second year was fully sponsored, way, way, way less views, even though I had the celebrities. Now in a position where I can't afford to do it again. It wasn't, we didn't get enough viewership on it. I can't afford to do it again. Like, what's the solution? And even the first time, there was so much criticism about categories, even though we worked really closely with able gamers and actual disabled gamers on picking what the categories were. People are mad about it fucking no matter what. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay. Let's actually go over the nominees here, because I have not seen them yet. Except for these ones, which I've seen people talk about on Blue Sky. Oh, you can get one of those coffee cups if you would like. Maybe that looks right. I'm always so picky about this. What do I think will win? You know, I've actually been right about that for the last 5 years in a row. What do I think will win? Metaphor ReFantazio will not win. It absolutely deserves to be there, though. What a banger of a video game. Absolutely deserves to be there. Poor Atlas, dude. Their games are just too long. Like, I feel like people just won't give them the credit they deserve. Metaphor for ReFantazio, very, very, very good game. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will not win. Elden Ring, it's really tough to say because so many people in the press, so many people in general are such FromSoft fanboys that they think that, like, that's the vote they have to make. You know what I mean? Like, they can't, there's no other option. There's nothing else they could fucking do. I don't know. Black Myth Wukong will not win. And the reason Black Myth Wukong won't win, which also, is Twitter having a breakdown about this being nominated? You know how, like, they had, like, this whole thing where they were like, the woke journalists hate Black Myth Wukong even though it got, like, all good review scores and is nominated for Game of the Year? See, there's one in here. Wukong won't win because of cultural or such political issues. They nominated it, you dummy. No, it won't win because it's a boss rush. The Game Awards tends to be really specific about genre. Because of the kind of game that it is, it won't win. It is a series of long hallways that look quite pretty, but have a lot of invisible walls with a boss fight, quite repetitive combat in between the boss fights. It won't win because of the genre. Balatro or Astrobot? Balatro is incredible. Balatro won't win because it's not popular enough. Glad it's nominated. It won't win because the super casual outlets don't know what the fuck Balatro is and hear card game and will go, absolutely not. Not popular enough. How did it get nominated? C2TheSquared play it. Balatro is very, very, very good. Very, very, very good. Astrobot. I actually think it's between these two. Astrobot's a perfect video game. It's probably the best 3D platform that we've had in the last however many years, right? And it's SIE, which means that a lot of people have played it. The sales for PlayStation game versus Xbox games, like that, is fucking, PlayStation is very healthy right now. I would have thought that a lot of people have had access to this game. In a year where there weren't that many other first-party PlayStation games, so there was an audience for it. I think it's between these two. Balatro, not enough people have played it. Not popular enough. Not mainstream enough. And again, this is just me talking about the way the Game Awards voters work. It is a popularity contest. That is what it is. There are other award shows that do different things. That is, this is the one. Black Myth Wukong, the genre of video game, will rule it out. Final Fantasy Rebirth, too early in the year, not enough people have spoken about it, and I think because of the way they're releasing it, like if it were one game maybe, but it's just, and this, Atlas got played the game 70 hours. I really think it's Astrobot or it's Elden Ring. Yeah, the amount of you who've never heard of Balatro, I think, is pretty significant. Like, I'm not surprised. It has to be FF7 Rebirth. I don't think so. I don't think it can. A lot of voters in China. Maybe. Which Balatro could take it for China too, because it's a mobile game. What am I going to vote for here? I sort of want to vote for Metaphor. I sort of want to vote for ReFantazio. Game of the year. Can I skip this category and then come back? I gotta think about it. Best game direction. They are the exact same games. Literally 100% the exact same games. The same exact list. I don't feel like people know what game direction means. Game direction is a game that has core principles that are all executed on in favor of a singular vision. That is what game direction is. It's the same fucking thing. Where all of the pillars of gameplay, story, music, they all feed into this thing that is like, you did exactly what you wanted to do. I actually think I'm gonna give this one to Balatro. Astrobot's very good game direction though. Elden Ring. Ooh, this one's hard too. I'm skipping it as well. You gave me the same fucking games. I'm skipping it. Okay, best narrative. We've got something slightly different. Oh, love to see it. You love to see it. Silent Hill 2 for best narrative is an interesting call. Does the jury consider how the general audience feels about games when casting their votes, or is it solely based on how they themselves feel? There are no rules, really. The jury can decide what to pick for whatever reason they want. But really, it's supposed to just be the game they like. It's just, yeah, supposed to be whatever game they like. Like, I would just pick whichever one I like the most. That's it. There's no rules. You don't have to argue it, whatever. Best narrative. I am going to go... I have to sign in, do I? I can't vote. Okay, hang on, let me sign in. I'm going to go with Metaphor Fantasio, though. Sign in with a social media account. Twitch, I guess? Allow? Did I do it? No? Please close this window to continue. Okay. Okay, I did it. What else do you want from me, bro? Oh, it won't let me sign in. Had to sign in the last way I signed in, which is Google. Okay, let me try Google. Twitch did not work. Okay. Okay. That worked. Okay. We did it. You think Silent Hill 2 gets this? I don't think that one... I can't vote for that. It already existed. I can't... Hang on, I need to make myself a little smaller. I think it's perfectly fine to nominate it for other things. I just don't think it can do narrative. Best narrative. I think I want to do this. Yep, doing it. Get out of here. Best art direction. Haven't played this, so I can't comment on it. Metaphor Fantasio, Elden Ring, Black Myth Wukong, or Astrobot. This game does look very pretty. It just feels bad to vote Metaphor twice in a row, but I do think it has to be. Best score and music. Fuck it. We have more games than this, people. Okay, Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor Fantasio, Silent Hill 2, Stellar Void. I'm going Astrobot, baby. I'm going Astrobot. What was my opinion on Black Myth? I'd like to play more of it. I played very, very little of it. But yeah, I found it fun. But I was disappointed because I think I expected it to be more open world, and I also found it took issues, as many people did, with the Boss Rush stuff. Best audio design. Astrobot, Call of Duty. It's the only category where COD deserves to win consistently. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Senua. You know what? Ooh, I'm gonna go Silent Hill 2. I'm gonna go Silent Hill 2. Because I think it has some of the creepiest sound design in any horror game ever. And the use of the DualSense, I think, is awesome. Very good. Yeah, Senua would have been my second vote. Awarded to an individual for voice acting, motion, and or performance capture. Brianna White, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Hannah Tell, Life is Strange. Humberly Gonzalez, Star Wars Outlaws. Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2. Melina Jurgens, Senua. It's probably Melina. Or Brianna. All good. Haven't played Life is Strange. Have not played enough of Star Wars Outlaws to say. I think I'm going to go Melina. Innovation in accessibility. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age, The Veilguard, haven't played it. Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, also haven't played it. Really wanted to, but didn't get around to it. Star Wars Outlaws. Ubisoft are very good at accessibility. I'm going to give this one to Diablo. Games for Impact. Closer the Distance. Indica, Never, Life is Strange, Senua, or Hellblade 2, or Tales of Kenzera Zao. I see the Reuters report that Sony might be buying From Software in the next 2 weeks. I did not see that. But also not a thing I would be allowed to talk about. I'm going to vote for Tales of Kenzera. Because I haven't played most of them, and a friend made it. And I'm allowed to do that on my own personal votes. Best ongoing awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Destiny 2. Interesting. Diablo 4. Final Fantasy. Fortnite. Helldivers 2. That's Helldivers 2. Finally. That said, either of these two would always deserve it. This one, not so much right now. And to be clear, like, I also have friends who worked on this and this. I don't have any friends who worked on that. I do have friends who've worked on this. So, like, you could argue that any of my votes would be biased, but this one's Helldivers for sure. Best community support. An interesting lineup. Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy, Fortnite, Helldivers, or No Man's Sky. I want to do this. I want to go Baldur's Gate 3. But No Man's Sky, though. Also, Helldivers 2 had some of the, like, best community stuff I've ever fucking seen. Like, not in terms of content, but if they're talking about community, which is social media, Helldivers 2's, like, marketing was so fucking funny. I'm gonna go Baldur's Gate 3. Best independent game, Balatro. Animal Well is very good, though. Didn't even look at the others. It's Balatro. Sorry about that, everybody. Pacific Drive, also very good. Balatro. Best mobile game, Balatro Sweep. I have not finished Animal Well, no. Best VR set I have played. Oh, I've played every single one of these except Metro Awakening. Arizona Sunshine is very fun. Asgard's Wrath 2 is an incredible game. Metal Hellsinger is Metal Hellsinger in VR, which is also sick. This is probably... It's one of these two. I haven't played enough of Batman. But these are both, like, the kinds of games that you're like, oh, that's why VR exists. They're both very, 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 very good. I'm going to go Batman, and it's because I love Batman, in case you didn't know. Just in case you weren't aware that, hey, he fell over. That I really, really like Batman. Just in case you didn't know that about me, I do, okay? It's a thing. Just in case you didn't know. That's all I'm saying. Best action game. Oh, Space Marine 2. Oh, fuck, I want to vote for it so bad, but I shouldn't. It should be Black Myth Wukong. Or Stellar Blade. This is a tough one for me. I'm not voting for either of these because in my head, action and first-person shooter are two different categories. Black Myth Wukong has very fucking good combat. Stellar Blade has very fucking good combat. I like Warhammer Space Marine 2 the most of any of these games. If we're just talking about combat, I'm doing it. I'm not going to overthink it. I don't care. I'm doing it. Space Marine 2, I love you. I'm doing it. Best action adventure. Astrobot. What is this genre anymore? Silent Hill 2 is an action adventure? Star Wars Outlaws isn't, I guess. I guess it is. Why aren't these RPGs? What is this category? That's a platformer. What are we doing? Okay. This seems stupid. This one is an action adventure game. The action is James killing his wife. Okay. If they categorize it as the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving, combat with traversal and puzzle solving. Thank you, Viz117. I haven't played this. I didn't end up playing it because I would rather die than play a video game with a female protagonist. So it's not this. I can't nominate that because I haven't played it. I haven't played that either. I have to choose between these two. This game is a 10 out of 10. This game is very fucking good, but it doesn't fit the genre. Neither of them do. This is closer. I'm voting for Astrobot because I think it's closer to being an action adventure than Silent Hill 2. Best RPG. Okay. Hear me out. I'm but one little voter who only makes up 10% of the votes, okay? So what you're watching me do here is, like, it's not like these are my actual picks or the things that I think matter, all right? I'm gonna pick this. I know it's not the right call. I understand. This, again, is the right call. This is the correct pick. Any of these three would be a great follow-up pick. All great choices. I'm gonna pick this, though. Because, on a personal level, one of my favorite games of the year, despite the fact that I understand everything that's wrong with it. I fucking loved playing this game. Baldur's Gate 3 came out last year. Your votes don't get any more weight since you're in this room? No, of course not. I don't know who I am. Dragon's Dogma 2, baby. Loved it. Love the weird little fucking games. Think they're amazing. Best fighting, I shouldn't vote. I haven't played any of them. Not voting. Best family. Ugh, I don't feel like I can vote for this either because I've only played this one. That doesn't feel fair. I played this one? I can't. I have to skip it. That's not, we can't be one, I've only played one of them. That can't be right. Best Sim strategy, Frostpunk 2. Best sports racing, F1 24, EA Sports FC, NBA 2K, Topspin. I have played Topspin and F1 24. I'm gonna go with Topspin. Pretty good. Best multiplayer, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which I have actually been playing. Because Rahul's obsessed with it. I got home from Australia on Saturday. Surprised Rahul for his birthday. And he's been making me play Black Ops. I hate Call of Duty. It's too fast. I've actually been kind of enjoying it. So. Helldivers 2. It's very good multiplayer. Very good multiplayer. Okay. I'm between these boys. It's Warhammer 40k, Space Marine 2, and Helldivers 2 for me. It's one of these boys. This, Warhammer, is my personal best multiplayer experience of the year. This, if I'm like trying to be less biased about it, is incredible. This timelessly good multiplayer experience. Helldivers 2 is so much fucking fun. Personal favorite. I'm gonna do Helldivers 2. I just think it's the correct call to make. Best adaptation. Arcane, Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon, Yakuza, which I haven't seen yet, or it's Arcane. Obviously, there's like no duh. That's it, I don't even know how you could vote for anything else. And the others aren't even bad, but obviously it's Arcane. Most anticipated game recognizing an unannounced game that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. Oh, what could possibly win this? Oh, what could possibly win this one? It's just a waste of a fucking award. Just make it the Grand Theft Auto Award, okay? Content Creator of the Year. I know who Queso is. And that's it. I only know Queso. I love that that's his profile picture. And I only know him because Rahul sends me funny little compilation videos sometimes on TikTok. Queso. I know that a lot of you will say, I have no idea who those people are. But people say that every year. People said that when I was nominated. Who the fuck is she, right? We live in bubbles where content creators are concerned. There are so many of them that I don't think it's like a flex to be like, I don't even know who they are. Same, but like, that doesn't mean they picked poorly. It's just that content creations are such specific bubbles where someone can be fucking like there's someone. Oh no, I was going to say there's someone I've never heard of who has 119,000 viewers right now, but it's Kai Cenat. I have heard of him. How did Kai Cenat not get nominated? How is he not Content Creator of the Year? I feel like he would be my Content Creator of the Year, like, by a fucking mile. Right? Oh, you're right. It does say important and positive impact. I feel like Kai has. Is he controversial? He may have controversies that I've never heard of. I don't doubt that. They kind of all do. Look, I feel like Kai Cenat not being there is nuts. I don't feel like I can nominate any of them because I only know Queso, and I don't know. We're skipping. I can't vote. Best esports game. Okay. Oh, am I done? No, it says I have 9 votes left to cast. 9? That's it? Okay, well, I have to go back to the ones that I didn't do. I can't do any of these. I don't know the answers. I don't think Kai being over 5% of Twitch's revenue means he deserves the vote. I think it's the fact that, like, again, he may have had some controversy I don't know about. Take that with a caveat. I don't know fucking everybody's details about fucking everything, okay? Kai Cenat, I feel like, is somebody who is taking success on streaming and actually putting it to good use. Like his chained together thing that he did with, I'm forgetting the guy's name that he did it with. It's just, yeah, I Sure Speed, thank you. That he did with Speed. That's such a cool idea. Like he's actually doing creative stuff that I think is actually really neat. He's not just taking the money and continuing to stream in a fucking room, like some of you motherfuckers, like me. Not that I'm taking the money, but you know, maybe the people that I steal my titles from might be doing that. That's all I'm trying to say. Oh, didn't mean to do that. He is not doing that. Okay, I still haven't voted for this one. I really don't know what to do here. I'm not voting for either of these two. I'm not voting for that either. It's between these three. Game of the year. It's between these two. I'm only knocking this out while it is an incredible game. I can't even talk about it. I can't even articulate why I'm knocking it out. I don't want to talk about it because I won't be able to justify it. I'm gonna go Astrobot. I do not think Wukong deserves it. I'm glad Wukong was nominated, but I don't think it deserves to win Game of the Year. And you know, that's part of being human, is that I came into Wukong unfortunately with too much bias. I expected it to be the best fucking game that I'd ever played. And so then when it wasn't quite what I expected, I was disappointed. But they never said that it would do the things I expected it to do. I really thought it was going to be a big open world. And so I was super disappointed by all of the invisible walls and stuff. And that's on me. That's on me. I just got overhyped for it. And I also expected it to be graphically a bit better than it was. It's also just tough coming right after Elden Ring. It's not as it's very good. From what I played, I didn't finish it, but it's not as good as a FromSoft game in my opinion. It is very actually it does do stuff that I like better than FromSoft games. To be fair, there are areas in which I would say it is better, but it's not. No, I can't. I can't. I think it's Astrobot. The invisible walls were just bad game design? Sure. Whatever you want to call them. I found them annoying. And it like made me a little disappointed because I didn't expect them to be there, you know? It felt go with the indie game. It's not a bad idea. The reason I'm leaning towards Astrobot, Bellatrix sucker, is because I think it's perfect. And that's so rare. I thought the first one was fucking perfect too. Like the first game was like so unexpectedly delightful. And then you play it and it's so wholesome and so well made. And the music. Bellatrix would be a better win because it would be unique. How would Astrobot be unique? How would that not be unique? See, if Silent Hill 2 were here, I might be having a tougher conversation. I would... I do feel bad about this. I can't. It has to be. These two, my heart screams about them. You know what I mean? I'm not going to vote Elden Ring personally because I'm in the camp of also agreeing it's DLC, but I don't give a shit that it's nominated, so I'm not upset about it. Vote for whatever you want. Nominate whatever you want. If it wins, I'm very happy for them. I just think Astrobot is so unbelievably delightful. I'm doing it. It's Astrobot. Okay. The same exact games. You could easily make a case for game direction for Rebirth. Or Shadow of the Erdtree. I'm going to knock that out again because DLC and it makes my life easier if I don't have to consider it. Bellatrix does exactly what it sets out to do perfectly. I think I'm going to go Rebirth here. Astrobot also incredibly directed, but... No. The reason I say Rebirth is that not only is it a remake of parts of Final Fantasy, it's that it's also a reimagining of the core parts of that game. Like, in order to direct this correctly, you have to understand the legacy of one of the most beloved games of all time and do a service to that while changing that because you have a different director's vision. I think I'm doing Rebirth. Okay, what have I missed? I mean, everything's subjective. It's all subjective. 100% is all subjective. All of them. And I'm not on a jury. This is just my little 0.00001% votes. You know what I mean? Very not impactful votes here. I haven't played any of these games. Should I just give it to somebody for some reason? That feels kind of wrong, but you know what? I'm gonna do that. I have not played any of these games. I know people love this. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics is something that I have played and feel positively about, so fine. No, hang on. Viewer categories, that's what I want. Best family. I've only played Astro Bot. No, I don't feel like I can on this one. I don't play fighting games because I fucked my thumbs up and it's too much rapid button mashing and it hurts. I can't do it. I don't think I can have an impact here. The Plucky Squire, I have not played. People love this game, right? People really like this? How much weight do our votes have against the jury? The audience vote is 10%. So each individual person's vote, nothing really. Which I think is a good idea. It'd be too easy to bot. People would get way too carried away. Mario Body destroys families, what the heck? It got mixed reviews? Oh, that's in my list of games that I want to catch up on. Yeah, there's an option to skip. So technically I've skipped a bunch of them. So I voted for Astrobot. I voted for Rebirth. I voted for Metaphor Refantasia. Metaphor Refantasia, I mean, that's the correct choice. That's the correct choice. Astrobot. Silent Hill, I stand by that one. Very confident in that one. Feel good about that one. Feel good about that one. Feel good about that one. I haven't played a lot of those though. Best ongoing, Helldivers. Best ARVR, Batman. Best mobile game, Balatro. Obviously, Balatro Sweep. It's got to. Community Sport Baldur's Gate 3. Best action game, I went for Space Marine. Action Adventure, Astrobot. That's such a weird pick, but that's not my fault that they made the nominations where they are. Best RPG, Dragon's Dogma 2 Represent. Absolutely love it. Best fighting, I've just voted for Arcade. Sim Strategy, Frostpunk 2. I voted Top Spin. Best multiplayer, Helldivers 2. Yeah, it's the right call. Best adaptation, Arcane. Most anticipated game, GTA 5. That'll be my most anticipated game until I die. Because maybe I'll die before it fucking comes out. And I did not vote for Content Creator of the Year, Best Esports Game, Best Esports Athlete, or Best Esports Team. Because I don't know any of them. Other than Queso. And that didn't seem like enough. I don't know what any... I mean, I guess I could choose an esports game. I'd go vote Dota 2. And I'm not uncomfortable doing that. I don't know who Faker is, no. Valorant has been pretty good. I just feel like I don't know shit about esports. I'm definitely not voting for a game called Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Not in a million years am I voting for a game that they decided to call Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Absolutely not. I have not tried it, and I will not be trying it. Coward. Dota 2 would get my vote as the esport that I know the most about. I used to watch the International. It's a good MOBA. Look at it. Well, she is hot. She is hot. She's the hottest of all of them. And we do like that. It's the only one with tits, which we feel positively about. Is it worth a vote? No! The game's called Mobile Legends Bang Bang. I can't. We are indeed pro tits here. Tits easy win. I mean, not that easy. If the game weren't called Mobile Legends Bang Bang, I would have done it for the boobs. But, she could get it. Do I just give it to Gabe Newell? Do I give it to Gaben? You know? Why tits is banned? Surely we didn't ban the word tits. That's allowed. Should I just do it for Dota 2? You know? Should I just... It's also Gabe, that's true. But I feel like Gabe's more of a Dota guy. I'm gonna go vote Dota 2. It's not only... I like the International. I can't tell you what's happened in recent years. Yeah, these... Again, should I vote for Queso because I know him? I don't know who any of these people are. Is Queso... Does he have a positive impact on the community? I don't... Does he have a good impact? Does he? I know he makes jokes. I've seen compilations of jokes. You voted for him because he's the only one you've remotely heard of? I think that's probably the same for a lot of us, right? He's outside a Waffle House, so it can't be that bad. Not Pirate Software? I feel like I really need to find out who this Pirate Software person is. Pirate Software, I think, was nominated for one of the Streamer Awards once. Hearing about a person doesn't make them the best, though. Yeah, but it's like when you don't have a choice, you just kind of default. We'll do Queso, just because he's a man that I'm definitely sure exists. I'm catching up on the stream and I have to disagree that Black Myth can't win because it's a boss rush. Sekiro is pretty much a boss rush and it won Game of the Year. I don't agree with you. I do not think that this jury will see it that way. And I don't agree at all that Sekiro is pretty much a boss rush. I don't agree with that at all. Sekiro is much more than that. The way that Black Myth Wukong is a boss rush is that it like directly feeds you into a path, very repetitive enemies until you get to the boss fights, which are cool. But there's a lot more to Sekiro than that. You don't know which direction to fucking go in. Like, it's a lot more open. Sekiro has Big Snake. It's not even remotely a boss rush. Should be a sub-page with clips and a pitch for what you're voting on. Could do. Streamer Awards vote next. I already did the Streamer Awards, which was also tough. Because I don't know who half of them are either, but except that one of my friends, Jordan D-Toon, who we have rated a bunch of times, was nominated for League of Their Own. And I will make a case for Jordan being nominated for League of Their Own. That category in the Streamer Awards is for people who are doing really unique things. And what Jordan does, D-Toon, which I think is very, very cool, is streams where he live streams himself and a couple of friends going to abandoned buildings, haunted buildings. So he basically does live stream haunts, which I think is extremely cool and unique. Vote D-Toon. Love him. But I also don't know a lot of the other people, so I think you turn into liquid. Yes, haunted. Like he tries to find ghosts. Mika has done one. Yeah, I was supposed to do one the other day, but couldn't. Unfortunately. Wasn't able to get there. Lucky Sky was a great family game and cool indie game. Yeah, I'd like to try it. I'm not going to vote for who you tell me to just because you told me to. I want Monkey Game, but I can see industry people giving the hardcore gamer crowd a big old deserved middle finger. What? They voted for it. This is the weirdest conspiracy of all time. Is that the games industry fucking hates Black Myth Wukong. Have you seen the review scores? They nominated it. It got nominated by the games industry. That's who is on the jury. You think they nominated it to just not have it win to give gamers a middle finger? No, it's not going to win because of the type of game that it is. The only guarantee that you really have, like, for the Game Awards is definitely going to win is something that makes people feel emotional. Polygon has an article specifically how it's the lowest scored Game of the Year nominee or ever. Well, they still fucking nominated it, right? It's so silly. Yeah, your guarantee win for the Game Awards, the thing that people will vote for time and time and time again, so predictable, is if it's a game that makes people feel emotional. Black Myth Wukong is not that game. Elden Ring can do that. Thought they didn't put it up until people cried about it? No, that's not true. It was nominated this morning. The media nominated this. Whatever conspiracy theory that they're not doing it because of gamers is fucking horse shit. They also gave Stellar Blade good review scores. It's so stupid. Final Fantasy is hella emotional. Yeah, Final Fantasy is just tough there because it's Final Fantasy VII. So that is also a tough one. This made me feel emotions. So did this. Elden Ring, like, consistently inspires awe in people. Like, that's not crying, but that's a big emotion. There's a big emotion. Wait, there is a real journalist named Alison Pearson? That can't be true. That can't be true. There's no way. The arty in-between parts of Wukong were pretty emotional. Most people didn't even understand the story. Most people didn't even understand what was happening in Wukong. It just... I'm not saying it that I'd be mad if it won. I'm not saying that. Happy for it. I just don't think it will. And that these audiences are... The judges are usually fairly predictable. Is Balatro that emotional? I don't think Balatro will win either. Would be fucking cool though. Yeah, I would not expect Black Myth Wukong to win. Astro Bot is just lovely in general. I wouldn't be surprised if the media does this one again though, you know? Would not surprise me. Metaphor is very fucking good, but I don't think it'll win because I don't think enough people have played it. Kind of wish Animal Well got more nominations because I can understand why it didn't. Yeah, again, it's an international popularity contest, the whole thing. Just as many of you have not heard of Balatro, a lot of people haven't heard of Animal Well. It's the same thing. Elden would be the safest choice for them. They don't think about it that way. There's no safest choice. I'm talking about how predictable they are. There is no safest choice for the jury. The jury are a bunch of people who anonymously vote. Completely anonymous. Sure, they were forced to nominate Wukong? Are you serious? Are you high out of your mind? It's a bunch of hundreds of people internationally just putting a name in a hat. It's so random. No one is forcing anyone to vote for Black Myth Wukong. That is absurd. And Elden Ring is not a safe bet. It's not some cabal of people who get together and have a chat about their games industry plans. Half of them don't even know each other. They could pass each other on the street and they wouldn't even know what the other person looked like. You know what I mean? That's like one of my bigger criticisms of the Game Awards and why I prefer the DICE Awards in terms of, like, the Game Awards is super fun in terms of an entertainment piece, but less as an award show, is that it's a bunch of people who have vastly different opinions. You don't have to justify them, who can vote for anything for any reason, out of nowhere. Votes are completely anonymous. Not to lose more credibility. Are you suggesting that Jeff has rigged this whole thing for credibility? The jury doesn't care about credibility. They're just completely unrelated people who do this in 5 minutes. It just doesn't mean anything. Nothing at all. Yeah, Jeff does not pull any strings. He doesn't even have to say. Do the nominees even care? Does winning awards translate into anything afterwards? So there used to be a thing where, like, awards or Metacritic's scores would contribute to bonuses for game developers, but I've not heard about that happening in a very long time. So my understanding is effectively no. It's just, I think that when you're a game developer, you do care, but not a lot. You're not gonna, like, die for it. You know what I mean? It's something that you'll be like, oh, awesome, we won Game of the Year. Yeah, cool. Like, you're being celebrated. But I don't think it matters really at all in the grand scheme of things. The exception would be that a bunch of you have heard about Balatro that previously hadn't. Or a bunch of you right now are hearing people talk about how good Metaphor ReFantazio is and maybe you would play it. But generally, no. It doesn't matter too much. It's just a nice little thing and a little bit of advertising in terms of, like, people see them. But yeah, as said, many a year in a row now, people take this shit way too seriously. Way too seriously. It's not a big deal. It's just a bunch of randoms voting for whatever they want for whatever reason they want. It's so throwaway. Not to say everybody does that. Some of them internally may, like, put a ton of time into picking them, but like, as a collective, these people can vote for whoever they want for any reason they want. No, like I said, no conversation about it, no discussion. It's basically just a large popular vote. That's exactly how I see it. Like, woke Kong. Jeff already posted what media represents the jury, so there is still some reputation to lose. No, there isn't, because you wouldn't know who voted for who. Is a conspiracy that it will win or lose or both somehow. The conspiracy from GitHub in the chat is that they were forced to nominate Wukong, or that they will vote for Elden Ring for their their reputations. But it's completely anonymous. No one would ever connect those dots. Don't get Belatra on your phone, is all I'm going to say. I agree he always has weird takes, Scott. I think we're probably a little bit close to banning him. Not for any of these takes, but that it feels like sometimes you put a note on the account that GitHubber is always in here having takes that intentionally try to disagree with people. That feels like a thing. I don't know why Silent Hill 2 not in Game of the Year nominee. It just means the people didn't think it was Game of the Year. That's it. Yes, sorry. I was saying don't do Belatra mobile because it's too addictive. You'll ruin your life. Play Belatra on anything else. It's simply too addictive. Don't do that to yourself. And I say that as somebody who, God, I went so deep on Inscription twice. Oh my God, I love Inscription. I think that's like becoming one of my favorite games of all time. You know, like, do you have any games that you think about them and you go, fuck, I love that game? And it's like so impassioned, you know what I mean? Playing Belatra right now, am I cooked? Yes. You just make me want it more. Yeah, I love Inscription. I lost so many hours to Casey's mod. I would do it again. I'd do it again right now. I would jump in Casey's mod and try to get those bears right now. I did do Skullstorm. We're getting really in the weeds here with Inscription, which is not that popular. But I did finish Skullstorm, and it may have been the hardest thing I've ever done in any video game. I think I played for like it was like a good 30 hours where I slept on the couch, I woke up, I played Inscription, I slept on the couch, I woke up, I played Inscription. What a fucking game. Recently played Inscription. I love part 1, part 2, and part 3 is alright. Yeah. Part 1 is why you play Inscription. Part 2 and part 3 are not as good. Casey's mod is all part 1. Banger. Fucking banger. My God. Oh, I feel that way about Tunic 2, Casty98. I also bought the physical instruction manual. Fucking love Tunic. Same thing. It's one of those games where you go, oh my God, it's so good. You know? God, Tunic. What a game. That was one of those ones that Twitter got really mad at me for. Phil Spencer sent me a message and was like, I'm really sorry about that. Because, like, I don't know, Xbox fanboys or PlayStation fanboys, I think, were, like, harassing me for playing Tunic. Very stupid. Apple has Belatra Plus included with Apple Arcade. Do it. Do it. Very good. So, in terms of what my game of the year would be, like my personal game of the year, I always have a few answers to that. My personal, I know it's not the best game of the year, but the game that I enjoyed playing through the most, that I had the most fun with, that I have a soft spot in my heart for, is Dragon's Dogma 2. I'm a little softy for Dragon's Dogma 2. I would never be upset for it not being nominated for Game of the Year because I'm aware of the issues with that game. But it's, you know, and it just... Ugh. But that's, I'm, again, aware of many of the problems with it. That's okay. It just lines up with my taste so well. Weird fucking English-ass, fancy-ass video game. Loved it. The correct pick for Game of the Year, though, it is one of these two. It's probably Astrobot. I would also probably put Frostpunk 2 up there. I would also, Space Marine 2 would be in my personal picks, and Helldivers 2. Ugh, it's a tough year, dude. I will consider Belatra. I'm going to download it again. Why does Stellar Blade get no love? I just didn't play enough of it, to be honest. I really liked what I played. I just stopped playing because I think I had to leave. I think I had to travel somewhere. Which is like, it just happens, you know. Good night, Mitch Talica. Thanks for hanging out. What kind of message do you think Astrobot winning will send, if at all? I don't think that any of the winners send any kind of messages. Like, I don't feel like Astrobot winning would tell people that they should be making more 3D platformers or anything like that. It's kind of the same as It Takes Two winning, where if you had to take a message away from it, it's that a very creative, polished experience is something a lot of people will appreciate regardless of format or genre. A creative, polished experience that consistently surprises you. And I think that's also why FromSoft games always are a shoo-in. Because FromSoft games are so delightfully creative and surprising. It's the same as Breath of the Wild. Like, there aren't that many games that exist that like have that effect on you where you go, holy shit, while you're playing, you know? Elden Ring did that top to bottom. Shadow of the Erdtree even more so, right? The game companies won't learn the polish lessons. You mean the publishers will force the game developers to get the games out before they're ready? Is that what you mean? Game devs know. They know. They don't have a say. Wasn't Vampire Survivors nominated last year? I think it was. Also well deserved. Interestingly, Dragon Age the Veilguard is incredibly polished. I have not played it. I haven't been interested in playing it. It's not really my kind of game. Whatever wins, if anything, it shows how surprisingly good of a year this was. Lots of different personal opinions. That's true. And even like if you looked through this, you'd think that only 6 games were nominated. There are a lot more games than this that came out this year that are also really good. But again, the Game Awards is a popularity contest. That's how it's set up. It makes sense to have a popularity contest be the way the one that is the most viewed is voted on and the one that needs the most views is voted on. It makes sense. And you watch DICE or Game Developers Choice Awards for more specific, more niche picks that are like technically impressive to game devs or whatever. So they all do different things. If it were up to me, Outer Wilds would be up there. Also a banger of a video game, dude. That's another one of those ones where you just go, damn, that's a good game, you know? What a game. I really do love video games. I think, you know, I think they've been up to something good. And for all the people you watch, all the YouTubers you watch, telling you the games industry is ruined, there are still a lot of fucking great video games out there. Just don't play the ones you don't like. Don't play the ones you don't like. And dig deeper. There are so many good games out there. Hello Everyone was a TV series adaptation from a gaming game awards. Yes. Voted for Arcane. What are my thoughts on Star Citizen though? Many. I have many of those. Last year was probably the best year ever for video games. That's a tough one. I still think was it 2006? It's obviously nostalgia plays into this, but I think it was 2006, wasn't it? Or is it 2007? I think it was 2007. I think it was 2007. 2007 game releases? BioShock, Assassin's Creed Portal, Halo 3, God of War 2, Super Mario Galaxy, Team Fortress 2, Uncharted Drake's Fortune, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Half-Life Episode 2. This is insane. Mass Effect, Stalker, The Witcher, fucking Rock Band, Crysis. I still love Crysis 3 a lot. Kane and Lynch, Dead Men. The game's not that great, but you know what I mean. Yeah, that's a fucking iconic year in video games. I think it's very tough to beat. Wii Sports came out in 2007? Yeah. Oh, Halo 3. What a banger. Now that is a video game. Tough to beat, man. Tough to beat. Not that last year wasn't also great, obviously. Silent Hill 2 would have got Game of the Year if Jessica Negri did mocap for Pyramid Head. That's got to be a mod. I think I said that last time. That's got to be a mod. Okay, 2015. What was that? 2015 game releases. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Bloodborne. Oh. Fallout 4. I don't like that much. Rise of the Tomb Raider is pretty good. Batman Arkham Knight. It's my least favorite in the franchise. Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain. Let's fucking bang on to the one that's a banger. Order 1886. I'm an apologist for that game. Pillars of Eternity, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, nah. The Five Guardians, nah. Not 2015. Some great games in there, but there are too many, like, sort of lacking from franchises that have otherwise been very good. I did not like Mad Max. Love Hotline Miami 2. Splatoon is good. I liked Battlefield Hardline actually quite a lot. Rocket League is a banger of game. I'm not a Life is Strange person. Lego Dimensions annoyed me. Soma. I liked Evolve for a month. Not its fault it fell apart. Her story is very good. Still haven't played Undertale, but I understand the appeal. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture is okay. Ori and the Blind Forest is very good. Five Nights at Freddy's 4, Five Nights at Freddy's 3, both came out in 2015. Nah, I'm not with you on the 2015 train. AC Syndicate. But hey, the best soundtrack of any of them. You know, it's crazy that the only Assassin's Creed game that I haven't played, well, I haven't played Valhalla or whatever came out this year either, Mirage. But before that, the only one I hadn't played is the one that Austin composed. What about 2018? That was God of War, wasn't it? God of War. That was my game of the year by a mile, and I got harassed for that one for sure too, because I said it so early in the year that I didn't think that Red Dead would beat it, and the Rockstar fans were very mad at me. Forza Horizon 4, great game. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, a good game, but I'm so tired of them. Celeste. Red Dead Redemption 2, a fantastic game. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Far Cry 5, Detroit, pretty good. A Way Out, haven't played it. Into the Breach, haven't played it. Sea of Thieves, amazing. Astrobot, the first one. Did that come out in 2015? Oh, but it was on PSVR, so I didn't play it. Dragon Ball FighterZ, Hitman 2. I love the new Hitman games. Return of the Obra Dinn. Oh, what a game. Shadow of the Colossus remake. Marvel Spider-Man. I'm not as hot on the Spider-Man games either. No. 2018, very good in terms of the fact that we had fucking God of War and Red Dead Redemption 2 in the same year, and Monster Hunter World and Celeste. Like, some huge hitters there. But across the board, I think 2007 still takes it. (2017) Super Mario Odyssey, Destiny 2, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, that was my game of the year by a mile. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, very good game. Horizon Zero Dawn, Nier Automata, banger of a video game, one of the best ever made. Night in the Woods, couldn't get into it. I do like For Honor. I'm impressed by What Remains of Edith Finch. Metroid Samus Returns, Uncharted The Lost Legacy, Battlefront 2, The Evil Within 2. It's also pretty good. I mean, I do fucking love the new Colossus, Wolfenstein. Cuphead's in there, Little Nightmares is in there, Injustice 2 was really good. Mass Effect Andromeda, I was not a huge fan. Still haven't played Neo. I always think I should go back. 2017 Prey, that's a great game. So this one also good, still doesn't edge out 2007 though. Still doesn't edge out 2007. Okay, let's go 2019 then. 2019, Control, Borderlands, The Outer Worlds, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Sekiro was my game of the year by a mile. Resident Evil 2 is also very good. Call of Duty, Devil May Cry 5, Gears 5. Still not as hot for me as 2007. The big standouts of that year for me are Resident Evil 2 and Sekiro. Though I have fondness for Control, I don't love it quite as much as I love, like, Alan Wake. Yeah. Halo 2004? 2004 game releases. Halo 2, banger. Half-Life 2, banger. San Andreas, Far Cry. Sweet, Sweet Malaria. Metal Gear Solid 3. Doom 3, The Sims 2, Chronicles of Riddick. Red Dead Revolver, Silent Hill 4, Spider-Man 2. This is also quite good. That's also up there. A lot of games in here that I haven't played. Oh, they also had Tony Hawk Underground 2. We love Thug 2. Fable, still one of my favorite games of all time. I was just thinking this yesterday. I was just walking around, doing my thing, and thinking, I can't believe there's a new fucking Fable game on the way. Oh my god. I really hope it's good. You know? And I say that as someone who, I love Fable 1. I care much less for 2 and 3. I love Fable so much. I just love it. Incredible. Hopefully it's good. 1998. 1998 game releases. I was barely alive, so won't remember a lot of these. I take it back. Banjo-Kazooie. Banger. Legends of the Ocarina of Time. Banger. StarCraft. Half-Life. Resident Evil 2. Baldur's Gate. I've never played the first one. Fallout 2. Parasite Eve. Wow. Spyro? Oh my god, yeah. 1998. Also up there. Wow. Pokemon Yellow? Baby, baby. Hot damn. That is also a lot of good games. I still think 2007 clears, though. Still think it wins. Oh, thank you for the raid, Gina. Hi, everybody. We're talking about what year has been best for video games. My name's Alanah. I work at Sony Santa Monica Studio. I just voted for my game of the year. And we're talking about the best year for video games. And I think it's 2007. 1997. Okay. I still think about, like, all the time how good the Rare era was. Like, just... GoldenEye was made by, like, 8 dudes who had almost no experience. I think only, like, 2 of them had ever worked on a game before. Isn't that crazy? And it was so good. It was sold out for years because Nintendo didn't expect it to perform because it was like a movie tie-in license game. They also originally had, back then people had passion. Get out of here, Dog Killer. Are you new here? Is this the first time? You are new here. That makes a lot of sense. So that's not a thing. I assure you that everybody I work with, my big old team of game developers, is very passionate. A lot of very passionate people. People still have passion. The industry has just become more money hungry. So publishers are really demanding. Back then, they got to lie. You know that the multiplayer mode in GoldenEye was not greenlit? They just made it and then showed it to Nintendo and were like, well, we already did it. No way you'd get away with that now. No way you'd get away with it. People still have tons of passion. Just finished Control. We were just talking about Control, Gina. We were just talking about that game. I think that game's very fun. I do prefer Alan Wake, but, you know, I think Alan Wake 2 is Remedy's best game. But all very good. But basically, Rare just, man, they made so many good games in such a small amount of time. Crazy. Crazy. The Rumble Pack was originally supposed to be how you would reload a gun. You would reload by... And Nintendo said no. Just got into the Remy universe and it's mind-boggling. Oh, have you played Quantum Break? Is that what it's called? The one with the TV bits? Because I also liked that game that some people were maybe less hot on. I found that game to be really fun. Underrated, if you will. Control, also very fun. My biggest beef with Control was that there were like crazy difficulty spikes. I did end up going and like beating all the optional bosses and everything. But I had some issues with navigation because when that game came out, the map was like a huge pain in the butt. Oh my god, yeah, of course, Max Payne. Doing everything backwards, I did Alan Wake 2, now Control. Oh, that's cool. That is an interesting way to do it, though. I wonder how confused you'll be. So if you just did Control, then next you have to do Quantum Break, right? Great games, though. Great games. Quantum Break had the time knife, you mean? We love the time knife. And then Alan Wake 1. Yeah, which I don't think has aged that well. I don't think it's as good. It's a big old universe, Gina. But I think, like, no one's doing it like them. Like, it's very, very cool. It's very cool. Once you get Jedi-like powers and control, it became super easy to me. It was just that there was like a period where everything would kill me in like one hit. Oh, hello, Aaron. Control causes me severe motion sickness. Oh, that's such a bummer. Yeah, it did take me a while to finish. But yeah, I went and did the optional bosses, and it's a great game. It is. And I think I was always very like confused by the level up system in Control. Like, I was never really sure. I don't even remember how to describe it. That's how complex I think I was like, what? It was like you had parts or something. I don't even really know again how to describe the difficulty. The crafting mechanics in Control. There's a lot of information. Whereas best Nintendo 64 game is and always will be Conker's Bad Fur Day. I think Perfect Dark. I love Banjo-Tooie. A lot of love for it. I think Perfect Dark is one of the best games ever made. Truly incredible. That's the wrong vote. It's a mid-platformer. Take off the nostalgia goggles. It's like a perfect platformer. It's like perfect. And I didn't vote for it because of nostalgia. I voted for it because of heart. It's just so fucking delightful. It's just so delightful. I like my games like I like my chocolate. Perfect Dark. It's just cocoa powder. Am I excited for new Perfect Dark? No. I hope that it's good. I don't have high expectations for that game though. The Alan Wake games are amazing, especially the second one. It's a masterpiece. I agree. Alan Wake 2 is a phenomenal game. That game is really, really good. I don't love the first one quite so much though. Can we all agree I should be in GTA 6? You let them know. If Metaphor wasn't there, I'd agree. Astrobot 100%. Yeah, look, I couldn't tell you why I didn't vote for this. I'm so glad it's there. It won't win. It's a really good game. Really, 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 really good game. I can't explain to you why I didn't pick it. I was stuck between these two. I think maybe because I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to think about it. I can't. See, it's between these. That's true. There already is a poster and shirt for GTA. We could just use those. We don't even have to make new merch. Just use the t-shirt. It's already there. It's already there. I promise I'm not in GTA 6. But I would. Thank you, Runabout75 and Prody335. 3 feet roll, sorry. Did I ever play UFO 50? No. In before main antagonist of GTA 6. Again, I would. But no. Banger. Banger of a video game. That one really doesn't fit to me there. I would have nominated Silent Hill 2 for a bunch of shit, but not that one. Is GTA 6 a lock for Grand Theft Auto 2025? Absolutely, yes. If it comes out. 100% yes. You cannot compete against Rockstar. You can't. Just everybody just get the fuck out of the way. Just go, whenever you want to come out, buddy, that's all you. The rest of us are going to piss off. Nobody can compete. It's not worth it. Get out of there. It's death to release a game next to GTA 6. And yes, no matter what wins Game of the Year, oh, sorry, what's nominated, GTA 6 wins. GTA 6, easy, clear. I love them so much. I love them so much. And I'm also very excited about it. I think Rockstar really do make incredible games. I will stand by them. Alanah does have GTA out by Jeff McRae. It's true. It's true. But I have any advice for people trying to get into the gaming industry career-wise? Game jams. Do game jams. Nobody can compete except God of War. Yeah, again, that's with GTA specifically, though. You can compete with Red Dead Redemption. Sorry, I think I said Rockstar in general. I thought God of War deserved it over Red Dead, which is a very fucking good game. But it's everybody get out of the way of GTA is what I'm trying to say. Get out of there. Get out of there. Can't do it. What's a game jam? A game jam is a competition of sorts sometimes, not actually a competition, but in a lot of cases. That usually spans like a week or 3 days or just one weekend where a small group of people get together and make a game in really specific circumstances. So it's like a really easy way for you to learn a lot about game development. I did a bunch of game jams as a writer. I did one as an artist. I did a little bit of sound design for one of them too. Mostly as a writer though, to just make sure that I knew like how game dev worked and how to collaborate with different disciplines, because that's like one of the hardest things about working in game development. So yeah. Highly recommend doing them if you want to get a job in game dev and you have no experience. People are always looking for help. So highly, highly, highly recommend. What game jams would I recommend? There are like 1,000 of them that you can do. Just Google game jams. You can find it all on Reddit. People will recommend ones in different cities all over the world. A lot of them allow remote entries as well. Yeah, Global Game Jam runs every single year. I've done some work with them before. There are a lot of them, and I highly, highly recommend them. I'm gonna go make. I didn't realize how far off my webcam is. Look how tired I look. I'm so jet lagged. I'm gonna go make myself another cup of tea, and then I will be right back. Just hydrate yourself or whatever. Chat. You just gotta hydrate yourself. Do it. All right, here we go. Oh no, what have I done? Why is it locked? Streamer will be right back. Ooh woo. Beautiful. Made myself a cup of tea. I'll be right back. Bye. Did I just miss a raid from Cam? Cam, thank you so much. Cam, I'm so sorry. Hi. I'm so sorry. I missed the raid. I was making my tea, and I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry about that. Ah, bummer. Thank you, Purpose85. Hello, everybody. I'm back. Sorry about the jump scare. Or am I? Was it intentional? Who knows? Maybe it was intentional. Just as I left? Oh, man. I'm sorry, Cam. To the people on YouTube, I have to end the stream and restart it. So, I'm gonna do that. Give me a second. End the stream.